Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after a fantastic panel session on adopting and utilizing EHS digital technologies. And my compliments to the entire panel members for wonderfully being part of the session and sharing their knowledge. And congratulations to them as well. My compliments also to the moderator, Mr. Paras Kamble, Head of Safety and Senior DGM Safety from MMRCL. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, to our next most interesting session of the day, how HackLab's state-of-the-art digital EHS products are helping industries eliminate hazards. And to talk on this subject, I would like to call on stage Mr. Vikram Rastogi, co-founder and CEO of HackLab Solutions. Vikram, welcome to the India HSE Summit 2021. We are indeed excited and delighted to have you here. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a fantastic session where the audience will get to know more about HackLab's unique offerings on the EHS domain. And I'm pretty sure they would be very much interested on how your products and solutions can solve their concerns and their requirements. So all over to you, Vikram, and wishing you a fantastic session ahead.
Thank you, Soumya. Hello, everyone. My name is Vikram, and I am the founder and CEO of HackLab Solutions. Before I start with the presentation, I'll just give a brief about what we do, and we will be talking about some of the problems that we have solved for some of the industries using our digital EHS solutions. And after the presentation, I would be answering some of the questions if you have any. And let's get started now. So basically, HackLab started in 2017 with the idea of making digital safety solutions, and we have been working in the field of advanced IoT and AI solutioning to enable factories eliminate various hazards from their factories. So the first solution that we made was basically called pedestrian alert system. It is a solution that we had designed for mainly factories where a lot of heavy machineries are being used and a lot of workforce is working close to the heavy machinery. So we needed a solution where we need to eliminate the most common hazard which is there in that area, which is the collision hazard. So we had designed the solution where we give a sensor that is given to the worker and a sensor is mounted on top of a heavy machinery. And the solution will eliminate the collisions from happening by stopping the machinery from coming very close to the person. So to give an idea of how it works, I will show you this video. So basically in this video, you can see this worker is wearing a tag and the worker is working and the machine is coming close to the worker. As the machines are coming close, the system detects that there is a potential of collision happening and the machine is automatically stopped. The system not only works with the forklift, but it can also work with machineries like EOT cranes, reach trucks, any construction vehicle. So you can see here the EOT crane is being operated. As long as the person is standing close to the EOT crane with the load, the machine is not moving. But as he moves away, the machine automatically starts working. Similarly, we have done similar kind of a tests for construction vehicles. So this is one of the applications where we are giving an audible alarm to the operator whenever the person is coming close. So this is very, very useful when you are working with any heavy machinery and there are people working close to that heavy machinery. So apart from machine to man collision, there is also a problem that a lot of areas where machine to machine collision is also present. So we have designed similar kind of a solution what I had shown earlier, where machine to machine collision is also avoided. So I'll show you some examples where we have deployed this. So here you will be able to see that there is a machine like forklifts which are working close to each other, and both the machines have sensors that are mounted on the machine, and as they come close, the machine automatically stops. So this basically eliminates the collision hazard, and this eliminates the chances of collision happening between heavy machineries. So this is another video, and all these videos are taken on the site and they are all deployed on the site. So these are all working. These are not prototype solutions. These are not sample solutions that we are just showing you. These are all solutions which are working on ground. So you can see both the machines are, as they come close, the machine automatically stops, and there is basically no chance of collision happening between two heavy machineries. Then so one feedback that we got from our client was that a lot of times there are machines that are coming from outside, or people which are coming from outside, or obstacles that are there in the area where the machines is colliding to those obstacles, right? So to ensure that there is no such accident happening, also we came up with a solution called anti-crash sensor. So this sensor is basically mounted on the machine. It's basically a mixture of a lidar sensor as well as a camera sensor, and that is mounted on the machine. And if any obstacle or any kind of a person or any other vehicle without, let's say, they do not have the other CAS nodes or the pass nodes, so and if they come close, so we set a predetermined distance. So the distance can be set till 10-meter level. So if they come within that range, the machine will automatically slow down, or if they come closer, they will automatically stop. So here you can see the system is operational. So here the forklift is coming back, and there is an obstacle in the middle. And as the forklift comes back, the forklift automatically stops. So this is again designed to ensure that there is a very low chance of collision happening between any kind of a obstacle and a heavy machinery. So apart from that, there are a lot of SOPs that normally companies have in their plants, right? So one of them is like you need to put a seat belt before you operate any machine. So many times we have seen operators not doing that. So what we have done is we have designed an integrated solution where if a person is not wearing the seat belt, the machine will not start. So this kind of ensures that the person is putting the seat belt on properly, and then only the machine is starting. So here you can see that the person is putting his seatbelt on, and as soon as the person puts the seatbelt on, the machine starts. Similar kind of integration we have done for not just the seatbelt, but also for helmet. So in many of the factories, we have seen that there is a SOP that okay, the person has to wear the helmet before they operate any machinery. So for that, we have designed one solution called a helmet interlock. So yeah, so here you can see that the helmet is going to be worn by the operator. Seatbelt is already put, and as soon as the helmet is put, the machine turns on. So one of the major problems that we have seen in factories is like, let's say, how do we track who was the operator operating at a particular point of time, and how do we ensure that only authorized operators can operate a machine? So this is one of the major risks that a lot of companies have. Like they have unauthorized operators who are operating the machine, and they cause a lot of problems in the areas. So to ensure that that doesn't happen, we have a solution called biometric access control system. So in a biometric access control system, we have sensors which are mounted on the machine. It can be a fingerprint sensor, RFID sensor, or a keypad. And as the operator have to use these kind of either a fingerprint or a keypad to start a machine, right? And all this data is controlled from the cloud. So in the cloud, you can monitor who was operating the machine at what time, and if let's say there was any accident at a particular point of time, that is also noted down. So to ensure that people do not drive in a rash manner, right? So that is one of the major target that we wanted to achieve. We wanted to ensure that people are following the SOPs, people are following the rules and regulations, and also driving in a proper manner. To ensure that, we have a solution called impact sensor. So in this, a sensor is mounted on top of the machine. If a person is following the rules and driving slowly in a proper manner, he's not accelerating too much, the sensor will not raise any alert. But as soon as we detect that the person is overspeeding or traveling at a higher speed, we the sensor detects it, and then it is integrated with the fingerprint solution. So the idea is that a supervisor has to come to the site location and ensure that this is authorized and this is noted down, and then the alarm. So there is an alarm which was automatically triggered whenever the rough driving behavior was detected. So that will only be cleared by the operator, by the supervisor. So as I told you, all these solutions, whatever we have provided, these solutions are not just meant to be a standalone solutions. These solutions are meant to connect to our cloud network, and from the cloud we can monitor what is happening in your machines in real time. So we can monitor what is the idle time, we can monitor who was the operator who was driving the machine. If there is a crash, what was the level of crash that happened. We can monitor what kind of events are happening, if there is any collision that was happening, what when it happened. If a sensor is there, like a GPS sensor is there, so we can know which location it happened. So we can monitor all these details, and all this data is directly sent to our cloud, where all that profiling is done and a report is generated on top of each accident that happened. So that gives you a lot of insights as to what happens on the ground, and it is a complete solution that we are offering you, not just a solution where you have a standalone unit on the ground, but our solution is all connected and it's future ready. So you know what is happening on the ground, and with the data that you're getting, you can improve your processes, you can improve all the uh, systems that are there in your site. So apart from the IoT solutions that I had just explained, the MHC related solutions, we have solutions where we use the data that is directly coming from the cameras which are there on the site. So let's say if you have a set of CCTV cameras in your site and you want to monitor if a person is wearing the PPE properly or not. So we have a video analytics solution where AI algorithms are running on the device. It is getting the feed directly from the smart cameras which are or the cameras which are installed on your premises, and we can monitor the behavior of a person in real time. We can monitor if a person is not wearing the helmet, we can monitor if the person is not wearing the PPE, and if there is any specific PPE that you have. So it, near, let's say, some electrical site, you have electrical suits that people have to wear, so arc vests and all. So these are the things that we can detect, and we can give an alert if a person is not wearing. So apart from that, we have solutions using same video analytics where we monitor how many people are entering and exiting a building. So let's say if you have any emergency, the most important thing that you want to know is how many people are there in each area. And doing that counting is relatively very hard to do it manually. So what we have done is we have designed smart algorithms that are running on the cameras that are present already on the premises, or we can install new cameras if the cameras are not there. And we can detect how many people are entering the building, how many people are exiting the building, how many people are in which area of the building. So all that can be detected using our simple camera based AI monitoring solution. So one feedback that we have received is that a lot of times people do not react. So let's say we need to build a safety culture in a premise, right? In a company. So that is the most important thing. To build a safety culture, what we have seen is that if you give feedback to the person in real time, that feedback becomes very very powerful. So once that feedback comes to the person, in most of the scenarios he will react to it. So to ensure that happens with our solutions, with our AI based solutions also, what we have done is we have added a tracker PA system, so which is a public announcement system. So this public announcement system works along with the camera system. So the idea is the cameras, if they detect any violation, so as soon as they detect a violation, the cameras will make an announcement at that point itself. So the people on the site can in real time react to it. So it, rather than us waiting for the supervisor to get a message and then the supervisor coming and telling the person to act on it. So rather than that happening, we would be focusing on giving real-time feedback to the person, and that really reduces the amount of violations that are happening. So here you can see that we have deployed similar kind of a solution for social distancing recently. So as soon as two people, normally people are not very familiar what is happening around them, right? So they might be in like working on some other task, and they might not figure out, okay, they have violated some kind of a rule. So the this system automatically detects that there is a violation, and an announcement is made. And as the announcement is made, the person basically knows that, okay, there is a violation that was detected, and now he gets a feedback from the system, and they act on it, and they basically ensure that they are far separated. So this kind of a system is really really useful on sites where you don't need to have a supervisor on the ground to tell the person that, okay, you have to react to it, or you have to follow the rules and regulations. The system automatically does that for you. So apart from the automated announcement system, we also have systems where the data is captured in real time, and a notification is sent to the upper management or the supervisor, where they can react and see what is happening on the ground in case of a violation. So this is a full internet enabled system. So it's an IoT system, and the algorithms that are running on the cameras, or even the sensors that we have deployed on the ground, so all of them can send the data to our cloud, and from there a real-time notification sent to the end user or the stakeholders like upper management or the supervisor, where they can take immediate action on top of it. So apart from this, all, as I said, like all our solutions are cloud connected. So we have a cloud platform where all the data is getting recorded, all the data is getting logged. So we have a full dashboard solution. So where you can log in, you can see what all is happening with various assets that you have. So let's say in this particular example, we are showcasing a forklift which has crash sensor, biometric sensor, GPS sensor. So we can see what all data each of these sensors are sending in real time. We can see who was the operator who was operating the machine. We can check for the historical data. We can see we have a lot of options there for you to select what is happening on the ground. And as you see that the uh, sensors are sending all the data here. So here you can see that uh, your operator was operating the machine. There was a crash which was detected. We know which was the operator who was operating the machine at that point of time. We know who was the person who cleared the crash at at what point of time. What was the level of impact? You have different values which denote whether the impact was a mild impact or a heavy impact. We have a location sensor like a GPS sensor where we are monitoring where where the impact happened, what was the speed of the vehicle at that point of time, right? So all this data is readily available. You have a route map. You can see how you can time play what was happening with that vehicle when the impact happened. So all that is possible through our solution. So here you can see we are playing and seeing how the impact happened, where it happened, at what was happening before that. You have an option of clearing the impact before, so from the cloud itself. So rather than a person going to the site uh, and turning off the alarm, the connected system gives you the power of clearing the impact and making sure that somebody on the upper management has seen it, and then they can clear the impact from the terminal itself. So, so basically that's it from my side, and I would be interested in answering if any of the questions are there for me to answer.
Thank you, Vikram, for that wonderful session. I think indeed very, very thoughtful and knowledgeable session for this particular thing which you discussed about on HSE, unique solutions and products. And no questions as of yet, but I would request all of the attendees to please interact with Vikram and the entire team of HackLab. They're available throughout the day till 6 o'clock on this particular platform. You can chat with their sales team. You can chat with Vikram also and learn more about their offerings. If you're interested in any product or solution, you can put in a query for them. And I think their sales team and their team would be more than happy to assist you on the same. Vikram, thank you so much. Very, very insightful on that. And I look forward to have you again in our next edition of the India HSC Summit. Thank you so much. Wonderful having
Thank,
you here.
Thank you.